Happy day all. Today we are going to see the topic Diffie-Helman Key Exchange. In the last session we have seen about RSA algorithm, how it is going to encrypt the encryption part, how it will be done in the public key crypto system, and decryption part, how it will be done with one example we have seen. So in this presentation, in this lecture, we are going to see about Diffie-Helman Key Exchange, how it is going to do. So first, it was a public key type scheme proposed by Diffie and Hellman in the year 1976. Some introduction, I am just who is invented these key exchange, I am just quoted here. Then it is a practical method for public key exchange of a secret key. So I already told you, in the public key crypto system, we need to keep the keys in a secret manner. So if suppose you in the symmetric encryption system also, we have to keep the keys in a secret way. So in order to exchange the key between the sender and the receiver in a secret manner, we have to use this Diffie-Hellman key exchange effectively. So it is used, vastly used in numerous commercial purposes. We are using it, okay, for exchanging the key between the sender and the receiver. So in this public key distribution system cannot be used to exchange an arbitrary message. So it is only used to exchange the keys between the sender and the receiver. It is not going to use, we are not going to encrypt a message or decrypt a message. We are going to securely transfer the key between the sender and the receiver by using this Diffie-Hellman key exchange, okay. So the value of the key depends on the participants and their private and the public key information. So this value of the key that may be depend upon the users who is involved in the particular system. So however they are taking their private and public key, based on it the value of the key will be depend on it, and based on the exponentiation in a finite field. Easy. Suppose you are making the exponentiation in a finite field, then it will be an easy one. Then security also relies on the difficulty of computing the discrete logarithms hard. So how far we are just going to make the discrete logarithm part hard in this exchange algorithm, then that much way the cryptanalyst will be very hard to break it, okay. So very hard to break it and find out what is the key that may be exchanged between the sender and the receiver, okay. So here also we are going to have some parameters that all the users that has to be agree on it, okay. The first parameter is the Q, okay. So it may be a large, here also we are going to take some prime numbers, a large prime number, that is the value that may be a Q. Then we are going to take some another one is the A, that is the alpha value, alpha root, that should be a primitive root for mod Q. It should be a primitive root for mod Q. In that such a way we are going to take the value of A. Once we find out these two things, then we are going to compute the secret key and we are going to compute the private key or the public key also, we are going to find it out, okay. So the secret key that may be chosen by the sender. Who is going to send it, he can choose his own secret key, that XA, the value should be less than Q. We have already taken a large prime integer, this value must be less than this secret key value, okay. In such a way we have to take the XA value. Then once we compute this XA value, then we can compute their public key. So what may be their public key by using this formula, that is A, that is the primitive root A par XA, okay. XA is nothing but my sender's private key, okay. So the power XA, then mod Q is the largest prime numbers, we are going to take it. So if you are finding out this might be the public key for the sender, that is A, okay. So likewise we have to calculate the public key for B also, applying the same formula, okay. So once I have identified this public key for A and B, then I can go for the secret key that can be shared between A and B by using the formula. This KAB is nothing but the secret key that is shared between the sender A and the receiver B. So A is the, I already told you, primitive root, A par XA, it is the private key of sender A, and XB is the private key of receiver B, mod Q. So by computing this we can get the value that XA. We can get the value that secret key K A comma AB, okay. So instead we can calculate like this also, that is we already know that how we can compute it means, for example we already know the public key of sender A. Since it is a public key crypto system, the public keys will be known by all the users in the current system, okay. So I am just taking the public key of A, that is I am just deciphering with my private key, that is XB mod Q, then I will get one value. Like the same, A also will compute the same, that is YB, that is the public key of receiver B, my private key, that is XA to the power XA mod q, then I will compute one value. So, these two values must be a similar ones. This KAB is used as a session key in private key encryption scheme between Alice and Bob. Okay, so this may be the session key. Usually, if suppose anybody sender and receiver, they want to send something in the network, they will establish a session between the two. So, that session key must be a secret one, so that the sender and the receiver, they can use the session key for encryption purposes, so that their communication will be very strong. The cryptanalyst can't find out what we are sending through the particular session. Okay. So, this KAB is nothing but the shared session key between A and B. Okay, if Alice and Bob subsequently communicate, they will have the same key as before unless they choose the new public keys. So, once the session is established, they will use the same key for their subsequent communications also. They will not go for new key for each and everything they want to send in the particular network. Okay. So, the attacker needs an X and must solve the discrete logarithm. So, if suppose if the attacker wants to break the system, they have to know about this private key, the private key which is known only to the sender and only known to the receiver only. So, the attacker can't find out what they are sending out without unless this X value, they can't find out anything with the information they got. Okay. So, that is what they have quoted here. So, now with one example, we are just going to solve this Diffie-Helman key exchange. Okay. So, here Alice and Bob who want to swap the two keys, they want to exchange the keys between them. So, they have agreed a prime number, largest prime number q as 353 and alpha primitive root a value was 3. Okay. So, they have chosen these two values, q is equal to 353 and a is equal to 3. Now, we are going to find out the then their secret keys also they have chosen. XA is equal to so, they have chosen their secret keys. XA is equal to 97 and XB is equal to 233. Okay. So, now we are going to compute their public key by using the formula YA is equal to, what is the formula we have quoted in the last slide. So, YA is equal to A to the power XA mod Q. Okay. So, we already know the value of A. So, I am just going to substitute that value of A, then to the power XA. What is my XA? It is 97. Then mod, what is my largest prime number? 353. So, once I computing this value, by applying the modular arithmetic values, we can easily find out the values of this YA. So, once I am applying it value, the value I got here is YA is equal to 40. Okay. So, like the same, we are going to apply for YB also. What might be the public key for the receiver B? Okay. So, what is the formula? A to the power XB mod Q. Okay. So, the A value is 3 here, XB value is 233 mod, then Q value is 353. So, once I calculated, I can get the value as 248. Okay. So, these how we can sort it out by using modular arithmetic, we can solve it easily. Then once we completed this YA and YB values, we are going to calculate the KAB, that is the shared session key between both Alice and Bob. So, what is the formula? So, YA to the power XB, this is for Bob or you may take it as receiver B, then mod Q. So, what is the value of YA? It is 40. What is the value of XB? It is 233. Then mod Q value is 353. So, I am just solving this equation, then I can get the value of 160. This is for receiver, okay, B, since I have used the private key of the receiver. For the sender also, I am just going to apply in the formula KAB is equal to YB, that is public key of the receiver, to the power XA, my private key, sender's private key, then mod Q. Okay. So, what may be the Y value, YB value? It is 248, XA value is 97, then mod Q value is 353. So, once I am solving this value, then I can get the value, that is 160. The both 160, it will be common for both the sender and the receiver. So, this is the secret key that shared between the Alice and the Bob. So, in this way we can securely communicate, securely exchange our keys in the network. Thank you.